Welcome back to Make It Personal, the show where real questions meet real answers. Today's question comes from Jennifer, who asked, if someone leaves their employer and rolls over their Roth 401k to a Roth IRA, how are employer pre-tax contributions tracked, especially if different investment options are chosen inside the Roth? Jennifer, this is a fantastic question because it highlights one of the biggest misunderstandings people have about Roth retirement accounts. A lot of people hear the word Roth and assume that everything inside the account is automatically tax-free forever. But that's not always the case. And here's why. Inside a Roth 401k, there can actually be different buckets of money. You may have your own Roth contributions, which were made after taxes, employer matching contributions, which are typically made pre-tax, and sometimes additional pre-tax dollars as well. And that's where the confusion starts. And honestly, people get tripped up by this all the time. People think, wait, if my statement says Roth, how can some of the money still be taxable? The answer is simple. The IRS tracks the tax treatment of the dollars, not just the label on the account. So when someone leaves an employer and rolls over their retirement account, the money is usually separated based on its tax status. Typically, Roth dollars move into a Roth IRA and pre-tax dollars move into a traditional IRA. So while people often say, I rolled my Roth 401k to a Roth IRA, what actually happened behind the scenes may have been part of it went to a Roth IRA and part of it went into a traditional IRA. Now here's the second part of Jennifer's question. What if different investments are chosen inside the Roth IRA? The good news, the investments themselves do not affect the tax tracking. Once the Roth dollars are inside the Roth IRA, you can invest them however you'd like. ETFs, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, and the Roth status stays the same. The IRS is tracking the type of account the money is in, not which investments created the gain. And this is also where planning concepts like asset allocation and asset location start to matter. Because sometimes it's not just about what you invest in, but where those investments are held. And if you want to go deeper into that concept, we actually covered it in episode 58 of Make It Personal, Asset Allocation and Asset Location, 2 tools, 1 plan. Because where your investments are held can sometimes be just as important as the investments themselves. One way to explain it is with 2 buckets of water. One bucket is blue water, that's your Roth money, and one bucket is clear water, that's your pre-tax money. The IRS wants those buckets kept separate. But once the money is inside each bucket, you can stir it around all you want by changing investments. Changing investments doesn't change the tax character of the money. Now, there is a way to move pre-tax money into a Roth IRA. That's called a Roth conversion. But that's different from a rollover because a conversion is generally taxable in the year in which it happens. And depending on someone's situation, that strategy can either create tremendous long-term value or unnecessary taxes. Jennifer, thank you again for the great question. And honestly, this is why we love doing these episodes, because financial planning isn't just about investments. It's about understanding how the rules work so that you can make confident decisions. If you have a question you'd like to ask us and you'd like us to answer, please send it in. Let us know. And as always, make it personal. It's your money, it's your plan, it's your future.
This podcast is for educational purposes only and may include references to concepts that have legal and/or tax implications. Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc. does not provide tax or legal advice. Please consult with the appropriate professional regarding your personal situation prior to making any financial decisions. Strategies discussed may not be suitable for everyone. Securities and advisory services offered through Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Mutual of Omaha Advisors is a division of Mutual of Omaha Insurance Company.